It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on Wednesday, October the 20th, 2021. I'm Chillie Falls coming to you from Forest in Bedford County, Virginia, right near Lynchburg. Going to be a seasonal day today here. We got a lot of stuff to cover this morning though, so let's get at it. Today, folks, I generally talk about a lot about food, but today is International Chef's Day. So if you're out there on a cruise ship, make sure you track down one of the chefs and just thank them for what they do. Or if you're not on a cruise and you go out to dinner, make sure that somebody in the kitchen staff, you say thank you for everything you do or something similar. So today is International Chef's Day. Of course, this is part of a great week here for Chillie's Cruises. We got Pittsburgh Jason and Cindy Lee are on the Carnival Horizon. I've got stuff from both of them again today. Tomorrow, we're going to have Brittany Bartley from down in Tampa, who has done a number of river cruises. We're going to be talking about Avalon Waterways, and I understand that the CEO might be in the chat room tomorrow while we're talking about her cruise line. And then Friday, hopefully, depending on the season, the signal, that is, hopefully we're going to have Pete on. Pete Hall from over there on the other side of the pond. And I'm still trying to get my secondary computer working here. All right, in the news today, JetBlue adds cruise packages, celebrity European plans for 2023. Princess is offering some half-price cruises for first responders. Some news from Delta Airlines. Watching some Pacific weather. Got to watch one to watch now. And a little bit of cruising news from the old fat guy. This much and more this morning, live here at 11 a.m. All right, cruise ships sailing today on this, the 20th day of October. From Fort Lauderdale, you've got the Celebrity Equinox leaving on a 8-night cruise. You've also got Viking Orion sailing from Fort Lauderdale today on a 14-night cruise. Over in Galveston, Independence of the Sea sails on a 5-nighter. Down in Miami, the Scarlet ladies back in port. She'll be sailing on a 4-night cruise leaving this afternoon. So, why did my computer just do that to me? It moved everything to the wrong place. So I'm going to have to do some switching back and forth on this one now. All right. In the weather, we have all right. There's nothing in the Atlantic again, folks, but in the Pacific, there's a broad area of disturbed weather producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms within a couple hundred miles of the coast of southern Mexico, Guatemala, and El Salvador. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development of the system during the next few days, and a tropical depression is likely to form by late this week or the weekend, while the system moves slowly west-northwestward to northwestward near or just off the coast of southern Mexico. They're talking about very little chance of development in the next couple of days. But if you go out 5 days from now, they're looking at 80%. So that's now moved into a category of, we got to watch this one, folks. So that's the category it's in now. All right. Now let me see if I can make a switch on the fly here, because this is aggravating me. How that got moved over to the wrong place, I'll never know. So what I want to do is turn this into my mail and see if I can pull the Wednesday. There we go. Okay. I got it back now where I can see things. I was having to flop back and forth from the screens. All right. Now, currently, the Carnival Horizon is in Curacao. And Pittsburgh Jason happens to be in Chillie's Bar and Grill in Curacao. And he said, finally, he found the infamous Chillie's Bar. That's from Jason. Now, of course, you know, folks, I'm going to probably screw this up, but I'm going to try once again to get some of the clips that Jason posts for us. And I'm not sure which one's going to come up first, so I'm going to bring one of them up. Good. That is in Curacao this morning.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. Now, we got to get out of that. Now, let's see if I can do it again. I got to come back here, and I got to go share. Funny, folks, one of these days I'm going to get this so I can do it without talking to myself. I doubt it, but I'm going to try. Share screen. And now we got to see about if I can get the next one, which would be, let's try that. All right. Now, this was yesterday at the sanctuary, or the resort where Jason and Jennifer were yesterday in Aruba.
No.
Oh, yeah, he's not hungry. He doesn't want it.
Hungry? Nope.
Those birds are hungry, though. Yeah, let's go over there.
You took it.
Yeah.
Ah. Ooh.
Sorry. I knew that was going to happen. Sorry.
Back off.
That's not going to work.
Jennifer going, back off to the pigeon. That's terrific. All right, we got one more. Let's see, I got to come back over here. And we start all over again. Share, screen share. And tab. And I think this is the last one. No, that's the first one. Uh-oh. Wrong one. Now I have to go back and figure out which one it is. Okay. So come back here. See, I don't have any way of marking these things on the file screen, so I never can tell which one is which. Let's assume. There we go. Okay. And that, of course, was yesterday in Aruba. And I forget the name of the resort where Jason and Jennifer were. But anyway, I thought I was great. Get back off. I love it. All right. Before I go on with the news, folks. Well, no, we got the Cindy's crew stuff too. Let's do that before I go on with what I want to say. They went on the tour yesterday with those crazy buses. Okay. Cuckoo Kanuku is the name of it. And of course, that's they're on the bus now, getting ready to go off. As you can tell from the smile on their faces, they're having a ball. That's a lighthouse there on somewhere on Aruba. This was Aruba yesterday. And that's out on the plains in Aruba. But this is under the cabana there on the beach. And these ladies make up the pink ladies, they call themselves. They even have jackets to match. And this is the beach that they ended up at on the tour. So, and then that, of course, is looking back at the Carnival horizon. So, and this one was after all was said and done, they got back on the boat and they relaxed with some more adult beverages. So Cindy and the pink ladies seem to be having a ball. Okay. Before I get on with a couple stories in the news, folks, I'm going to share some ideas and thoughts that have been going through my head and that I have been working on. Everybody knows that I am trying to get to the point of cruising again. I've been looking at a bunch of cruises for the interim. I know they've told me March, so I backed up to the end of January and looked at possibly putting a package together to see if I can get approved with actually leaving at the end of January. The other thing I'm going to do, because it's been, I've fallen behind a lot of the folks that are competitors in the space, if you want to call it that, because they've been able to cruise. They've all been able to get on new ships, which brings tremendous inflow of new subscribers and growth among the channels. And I'm not making any, that's not any kind of knocking them. They're able to do it, and I'm not. So, and basically, I think all of you guys that watch me on this show, you know how I feel about y'all. Some of the guys over in Europe that have been equally as important to me as you guys have, maybe don't know that. But anyway, right now I'm looking at back to back, 5 in a row. They're shorter cruises than I like to take, but it gives me a chance to be on some different lines, some different ships. Basically, right now I'm looking at starting off with the Divina for MSC, then the Scarlet Lady, then Freedom of the Seas, because I happen to have a friend that's working on Freedom of the Seas now, and I'll be nice to visit with them. Then the Carnival Conquest that I have not been on, and then the MSC Seashore, which will be a new ship to our waters. So that's what I'm looking at now. I'm not at the point yet, folks, where I can say I'm going to be on these definitely. I've started off. I'm working on getting the approvals, getting everything put together for my oxygen situation, my scooter situation, the whole thing. I'm trying to get it all packaged together the best way possible for me, because I'm solo, remember. Tom Henry, Hot Air Tom, says, what you get by the single supplement business, take your niece with us. No, I happen to like going solo. I have more fun, get more work done, and I don't have to take care of anybody. That's just me. So that part I'm looking at. Then in August, August 21st, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be on the NCL Sky, Norwegian Sky, with Hot Air Tom and his lovely bride. So we're going to be on the same ship. Now, any of you guys, when you have cruises booked, drop them in the chat so I'll see them and make note of them. And who knows? I'm liable to pop up anywhere. Now, once I get back to rolling, folks, I've got nothing to tie me down. I can jump up and leave tomorrow to go on a cruise if I want to. So, who knows where I might end up. Now, the other thing I want to do, the Celebrity Beyond will actually start cruising in April. The first cruise for the Beyond, with Captain Kate at the helm and Bug Naked as whatever position Bug Naked holds on the ship. The first sailing is a 9-nighter from London to Barcelona. I would love to be on that first sailing of a cruise ship. I would also love to be able to do something for all of my friends over there in the UK that have meant, almost as much to me as you guys have. There's people in the UK that I dearly love that have supported me. And quite frankly, folks, you guys have kept me alive this past year. And so have they. And that's people like Emma and Sue and Janine and Pete and Shane and Melissa and Allison in Scotland and Rona in Scotland, even Dave Monk to a certain degree, because he has been back and forth with me a number of times. Gavin and Luke, and I can't name all of them right off the top of my head, but a lot of people over there have been a part of this puzzle that's kept me alive. So, if I go in April for the first sailing from London down, I'm going to go a couple days early. I'm going to probably send some messages out today to Emma and Sue and Janine and Pete and ask them if they could recommend a restaurant, pub / thing that I can throw just a big shebang party for all the folks in the UK that have meant something to me while I'm there. I think that would be cool to do, and I get to meet all these people in person. And just open it up to anybody. Good heavens, one of the cats is in here today. That's strange. That must be Charmin. And have just a big party, and then I'll work my way down to Barcelona and get on the Celebrity Beyond and do get on the Celebrity Beyond in London and take it down to Barcelona and fly back home from here, or talk to Pam Huffy at Avalon Waterways and see if there's a boat sailing then that the fat guy can get a scooter on, maybe, without too much in the way of steps and so forth. That's one option. The other option is in October, when the Celebrity Beyond leaves Europe and does a TA to Bayonne. Actually, its first landing here will be in Bayonne. For that, if I do that route in October, I would fly over much the same way. I'd fly over to London and put together some kind of party, dinner or something for all my UK folks over there, and then get down to Rome or Barcelona, however the dates fall. and get on the Celebrity Beyond and do the transatlantic back to Bayonne. So that part's in the works, folks. I haven't got it all handled out because now I got to start, let's face it, I got to start counting my pennies too. So we'll see how that's all going to work out. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at now. Starting off, if I can get it approved, if I can get the cruise lines to go along with it, starting off the end of January through most of the month of February, I'll be on ship somewhere. And then with Hot Air Tom in August, at least that one, and anything where else. And who knows, whenever some of you guys might be on a cruise, I'll just pop in on it if I can get on, at the last minute. And then something with the Celebrity Beyond, because I would like to be able to be one of the first on that ship, either the first in the United States or the first when it sails. We'll see. All right. That's the plans ahead for the old fat travel guy at this point. So we got a couple stories to cover today. JetBlue, what is making the popping noise? The cats must be doing something strange because I hear some popping noise in the background. Anyway, JetBlue adds cruise packages. JetBlue has become the first U.S. airline to launch flight, cruise, and hotel packages on cruises with Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Celebrity. The new packages are now available at www.jetbluevacations.com. With these new cruise packages, and if your JetBlue flight is delayed or canceled, the airline will rebook you on the next available flight and or ensure that you arrive at your next port free of charge as part of JetBlue's plane-to-port commitment. Should your JetBlue flight be delayed or canceled, they'll reimburse you up to 150% of the original package price for a new JetBlue Vacations package. JetBlue plane-to-port commitment only applies if a cruise is canceled or delayed to a JetBlue flight delay. JetBlue is committed to providing the greatest travel assistance to its customers in the event that they miss their cruise departure due to unforeseeable travel schedule adjustment or delays. If you miss your cruise departure due to JetBlue travel delays, the airline will fly you to the next port on the cruise itinerary so you can still enjoy the rest of your vacation. If you or your cruise departure due to JetBlue travel delays but prefers not flying to the next port, the airline will rebook your flight plus cruise package so you can vacation at another time. If you miss your cruise departure due to a JetBlue travel delay or cancellation, and the airline is unable to get you to the next port, or if you prefer not flying to the next port, JetBlue will cover up to an additional 50% of the customer's original package price for a new JetBlue Vacations package. JetBlue Vacations offers a best price guarantee on all flight plus hotel and flight plus cruise packages, so consumers can spend less time searching for the best deal and more time planning the next trip. If you find a lower price online for a flight plus hotel or flight plus cruise vacation package that is identical to the one given by JetBlue Vacations before or within 48 hours of purchasing that package from JetBlue Vacations, JetBlue will match the price or refund the difference to the customer. Big time news from JetBlue today. I've flown JetBlue several times. Of the what I consider bargain price airlines as they started off to be, I like them the best. I've always done well with JetBlue. There are a number of flights from DC or from Raleigh, which are two big airports that I can easily get to. So Interesting. JetBlue. All right. Now, this is a Celebrity, of course. That's the Celebrity Edge. Celebrity Cruises has revealed its 2023 schedule for European sailings. Of course, we've been talking about a little bit of their scheduling for 22, but this is for the following season. The 22 schedule for European sailings, it will include all three of the new Edge class ships, Celebrity Edge, Celebrity Apex, and Celebrity Beyond. Other vessels that will join the Edge class in Europe will be the Silhouette, Infinity, and Reflection. Altogether, they will offer sailings ranging from 4 to 13 nights, with more 7-night cruises available than ever before. It's a first of its kind sailing. Celebrity Apex will depart from her home port of Amsterdam on a 9-night cruise around the Norwegian fjords, visiting Oslo, Flom, and other towns and cities along the Norwegian coastline. Additionally, Apex will be the first in the fleet to visit Egypt since 2012 with a brand new 10-night sailing around Israel, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. It will feature an overnight stay in Alexandria, where guests will be able to explore the largest city in the Mediterranean and visit the ancient pyramids and Sphinx. Celebrity Beyond, that's with Captain Kate and Bug Naked, will be the newest ship of the fleet, returning to Europe following her 2022 debut season. And I'm going to be on one of those. I'm not sure which one yet. And she will sail the Eastern Mediterranean from Rome. Highlights of Beyond will include an expanded rooftop garden, the Voyage specialty restaurant from Chef Daniel Ballud, the Magic Carpet platform, the Retreat ship within a ship complex, and a multi-level sunset bar. All right, in other celebrity news, folks, it's a big step forward for Celebrity as the line announced yesterday it will be now accepting mixed mRNA vaccinated guests as fully vaccinated. While mixed vaccines are not much of an issue for U.S.-based passengers, mixing vaccines has been a standard practice in many other countries. Many guests from countries such as Canada and Germany who have recently mixed mRNA vaccines can now travel to the U.S. and take a cruise. The mixed vaccine issue has been an issue of the cruise lines, allowing guests to embark in most countries except the U.S. Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Guests who receive one shot of Johnson & Johnson, either as first or second shot, are considered fully vaccinated within the J&J vaccine. To be recognized as fully vaccinated, guests 12 and older must complete a vaccine series with the last dose administered at least 14 days before sailing. While the U.S. now accepts mixed vaccines, not every country does. Check the current entry requirements of the countries you plan to sail to. You might have to stay on board at some of the ports. Booster shots tend to complicate things a bit. Guests who have received booster shots will be considered fully vaccinated if at least 2 doses are mRNA and 2 are AstraZeneca, administered at least 28 days apart, with the last dose done 14 days before sailing. So, Celebrity is the first of what I'm sure all of the cruise lines are going to do as far as accepting mixed vaccines now. I feel you hear from everybody in the next few days. A little bit of news from Princess. You know what I didn't do? I didn't load Elizabeth's picture and clips today. Daggone it. Now that Princess Cruises has already brought some ships back into service in the U.S., the cruise line is offering half-price cruises for all active first responders and medical professions. In gratitude for their service, the cruise line is putting all active first responders and medical professions first by offering a 50% off promotion on select cruises through February of 22. Princess is also offering pre-cruise testing with mobile test sites near embarkation ports. realizing that the testing requirements from the CDC are causing problems for many guests. With only 2 days to get a negative test before a cruise ship departs, the timing is tight for many. Therefore, the cruise line now offers alternatives for guests who have not been tested on time. Within the vaccine mandate, pre-cruise testing requirements, and testing during longer voyages, the cruise line is doing everything it can to make proceedings that little bit easier while also ensuring the health and safety on board for everyone during the voyage. Now, one more thing here, folks. Delta Airlines. Delta is, and that's when I got sidetracked. I didn't get there. I had a photograph from Delta also. Delta Airlines wants to reaffirm its position as number one carrier in New York. The latest move yesterday is to make the announcement that route changes that they're going to make some noteworthy route changes along with a recap of the airline's operations at JFK and LaGuardia hubs in the New York area. By November, Delta will add more than 100 total daily departures, or roughly 8,000 more seats from New York's 2 airports. Now, let me see if I can figure out, since I didn't mean to screw up Elizabeth's on location. Let me see if I can pull it up and get to it with relative ease here while I'm doing this. I see, I got to come up here, and where is it? There it is. So if we do this, all right. Now, let's see if I can get back to this one without screwing up again. My apologies to Elizabeth on location. This was supposed to be done before I started, and I got sidetracked, probably looking at cruises and looking at what I'm hoping to do. But so this is from Elizabeth on location yesterday. Now, share, screen. And let's, if I do this right, this will be it. Yes, it is.
Down to No Name Bar. As promised, just finished watching the show with Chillie on Tuesday morning, and of course I heard there were 3 ships in town today, so I thought I would show you the secret entrance of how you get into the No Name Bar and Beach Club. This is where the crew hang out, but of course now we invite everyone, because as a displaced crew member for the last 19 months, I really feel for the people here on the island, who haven't had the business. And even though we have had cruise ships back for a while, as you know, we just haven't had crew members who've been able to get off the ship until recently. And actually right now, it's only the crew from Carnival ships who are allowed to get off the ship. Now, again, passengers can come out and do whatever they want on some ships, not on all ships, but on Royal Caribbean, on NCL, on Carnival, the passengers can come to us as they please. However, it's only been, like I said, just recently that only the crew from Carnival are allowed off the ship. So we don't have any other crew members strolling along out here on their own. So we rely on the other tourists to come out here and take care of business, get out and spend some money, make the economy happen, not just here in Cozumel, but of course, but all the other islands as well in the Caribbean. As you can see now, this is one of the big grocery stores, Mega. So if you come into Cozumel, oh look, there's a tour group of people from the Disney ship, I believe. Yeah, maybe the Carnival people headed back down towards the pier. So they're out and about. They've been around the island on those. dune buggy things. And so anyway, we are approaching the No Name Bar. So as I said, if you come into Cozumel, you see Nugget, the grocery store, and then you see the big Barracuda Hotel. That's this big orange, oops, almost got the camera, this big orange building. Some nice little family-owned shops along here selling all kinds of t-shirts and souvenirs. And you see the Cozumel Health Center. That's where our friend Dr. Joe works. If you ever need any chiropractic work or massages, great place to go into. But here's the entrance, you see, for the crew, by the crew. So it was originally crew members, 2 crew members who opened this place. So here's this little entrance to get in to the No Name Beach Bar. You see it's this little narrow hallway. You could go on down. There is a sports park. You could go in that entrance and head on out, or you can cut through the Barracuda Hotel. But this is the little secret entrance. So we're going to walk right in here, down in, and see if we have any crew down here. You can see there are flags from all the various countries, and they started with taking people's Laminexes, the crew members. I don't know how they got those, because you couldn't get back on the ship if you didn't have yours with you. So then they started collecting name badges. So then we get the name badges from all the crew. And as I told you, I've got 3 of my name badges down here on the wall as well. So got to stop in here first and check in, get my temperature taken, and get my hand sanitizer when we do that. And anyway, I'll take you on a little tour around. There's the bar. I know you guys, some of you have seen this already before. And so far, it's a quiet morning here. But then again, it is only just after 11 o'clock in the morning. So looks like we got a couple crew members. They got to be from a Carnival ship. And we got a Disney ship right down there, but I'm sure those crew aren't allowed off. So I'll take some photographs. And again, hopefully it's going to be a sunny, pretty day. If you want to see it, I'm a tried and true crew member. There's one of my name badges right there. And then some old name badges up there as well. So again, there you go. Anyway, if you're coming to Cozumel, make sure you check in and see everybody here at the No Name Bar. Guaranteed a good time, good food, good drink, and guaranteed good fun. See y'all soon.
Okay. Whoops. All right. There we go. I got to figure out how to cut these things off when I do them. Anyway, thanks for Elizabeth on location in Cozumel at the No Name Bar. And she's already figuring out how my fat butt on a scooter can get in that bar. So, all right, let's go over to the chat room. My goodness gracious, there's a lot of comments over here today. All right, let's go up to the top. Tom Henry. I got my first JetBlue cruise email yesterday. I had a picture of a Carnival ship, so I deleted. Wonder if they are working with NCL, and will NCL use JetBlue for flights? It didn't. It only said Royal Caribbean, Carnival Royal Caribbean, and Celebrity, and the information I got from JetBlue. I suspect there is a lot of trade going on to involve the airlines and cruise ships trying to offer each other product as a discount, I would imagine. And Elizabeth was Buenos Dias on a cool morning here in Cozumel. Only 83 degrees. Oh, I'm so sorry. 82% humidity, and the heat index takes up to 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Seems a lot cooler than that right now. Good morning to the gang. So, hi, Elizabeth. As always, appreciate your video clip, even though I didn't have it totally ready to go today. I got sidetracked. Was that my ship I saw? Oh. Which one, Tom? You've got 96 that you're booked on. Oh, you mean in Cozumel? That was the Disney Fantasy. And who was there? That Carnival Freedom was there. And not Freedom of the Seas. I forget which Royal Caribbean it was. Maybe Independence of the Seas. Anyway, Jack's with us. Greetings from Conroe, Texas. Now, did any of you guys, here's another one that I didn't get Did you guys see the picture of Jack's little visitor on his stoop yesterday? That was kind of scary. I thought I uploaded that, Jack, so I could show that one, and I must not have. So let me see if I can grab that real quickly, because I know I saved it too. There it is. Okay. So as soon as it loads here, there we go. That was on his front or back stoop when he got home yesterday. You see that the copperhead laying right across there in the leaves? Thankfully, he was looking down and saw that and was able to go around and go in the front door. But that copperhead sitting right outside his door down there in Conroe, Texas yesterday. So that was just one to share, I thought. All right. 72 and sunny in Conroe, Texas. Chillie is teasing you. Me? Huh. Jason says, I'm watching Chillie from Chillie's Bar. Thanks, Jason. Jason, you're another one. I need to know when you got a cruise book, because I promise you I'm going to be on a cruise with you sometime soon, too. Tom says, how appropriate, Jason. Jason, did you meet anyone from the other ship yesterday? There was a couple of TWB fans posting pics. Amy's with us. Hi, Amy. Jason says, hey, everyone from Curacao. Gretchen's with us. Katie's with us. She must be on her lunch break. And Jason says, yeah, I met them and they said I was canceled. Carol's with us. Hi, Carol. Jack says, I'll remind you all, if we meet at the airport, don't say hi, Jack. Yeah, that's never a good thing to say around an airport. Everybody's talking back and forth. Carol says, A+ for my computer skills today. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even close. Especially the end of Elizabeth. It starts going all automatically over, and I didn't stop it. And yeah, what the hell. If it can be screwed up, I'm going to screw it up. Tom Henry says, here's a topic for you to check out. I joined Emergency Assistance Plus by American Airlines Advantage Card. It's a medical airlift benefit. Wonder if it's any good. Oh, there's one for me to look up. I have no idea. I had not heard of that one. Price was not bad, $170 a year. No, that's a pretty decent premium. Elizabeth said, hope they don't hear the music in the background of the video with the flamingos that y'all wind up in YouTube jail again. Yeah, I know. If it happens, it happens. I'll just appeal it. So they're having fun. Jason, do you visit Bonaire? No, I can answer that one. They don't go to Bonaire. They just went to Aruba and Curacao. And I'm not sure why, because usually you get all three of them. But Bonaire is on Freedom in February. Oh, Carnival Freedom or Freedom of the Seas? Jason, you'll have to answer that one. February, that's look at that. You're so close. Yeah, I mean, it's 150 yards from Curacao to Bonaire. It's longer than that. But Chillie needs to tell the doctor to wean him off of oxygen. Yeah, I wish I could. But Gretchen says 5 in a row. Wow. I wouldn't have the stamina for that. We've decided 17, 18 days away is all we can take. Well, this will be by far the most energetic attack that I will have made. And yeah, it's going to be new, but I'm making up for a lot of lost time and a lot of time that I didn't know if I'd ever be able to do it again. So, I mean, it's just a matter of getting the big thing is to coordinate everything with the scooters on each ship and have them where to meet as I get a cab from one ship to the other. I know I'm going to have to do that, but I've got plenty of time to make the changes. I'm probably not going to take my scooter because I don't want to run the risk of the airlines damaging it and me ended up being without one. I'll probably go ahead and rent from Scoot Around all the way through. I've also got to talk to Scoot Around about what oxygen supplies they have. I know they do some oxygen things. I'm just gonna. I got a lot more to check out before I can finalize everything. Tom Henry says, I'm thinking it's a recipe for disaster MSC for multiple cruises. Oh my. Yeah, I'm doing, that's actually two MSCs, 2 ships. And, and one of them's new, the Seaside's, that's going to be early in its period, is 1 week away from when it gets here. So I'm willing to try it. Amy says, what is the time frame between cruises? Will you get right on another ship or will you spend the night in a hotel and get down the next day? Davina is in Port Canaveral. The others are in Miami. Now, Davina's going, they're flip-flopping. Davina's going back to Miami and Meraviglia is going up to Port Canaveral for a period. And I'm not sure when Meraviglia leaves up there. But anyway, Davina is going to be sailing out of Miami during this period. And I'm going basically get off one ship, take a cab around to the other ship and get on it. With one exception, I have one night in there after Conquest. I get off Conquest on the 11th of February, if the schedule goes, and get on Seaside on the 12th. So I've got one night to spend in a hotel, and I'm probably going to hit up Hot Air Tom to get me contact information for his Continental Suites that he stays in, which is right over above the port. So I'm close by. Would be a handy place to go stay the one night that I'm there. Jason says, yeah, I know what it's like to take care of someone on a cruise. Yeah. It's tough. Tom Henry, how's the foot today? Cindy says she's really excited. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Let me know when any of you are in Cozumel. I'm going to be in Cozumel several times. I hate to tell you this. You're going to get tired of seeing the old fat guy, Elizabeth. I've got, I don't know, 2 or 3 times that I'm going to be back in Cozumel. I'm not looking at where any of these cruises go because I really don't care. I'm more interested in being on the ships and doing some videos and doing some tours and doing the things that I like to do on the ship. And get better at my filming skills and so forth, and interviewing people and interviewing crew members and doing all the kinds of things that I want to do. So, Hot Air Tom says, foot doing okay. Thanks, Jack. Stomach and digestive a bit messed up from the opioids. Yeah, well, that would mess me up too. Nikki's with us. Greetings from Jacksonville. Very pleasant, 80 degrees. Humidity, 54%. Nice. What are we going to do with Emily? It's only 70 up in Ohio, Gretchen says. Jason says, Emily, I've been in Cozumel many times. I'll be back eventually. Gretchen says, geez, I'll fly to London for that party. I'm serious. I'm serious as a heart attack on that one, folks. I'm going to throw it together and I'm going to invite all my friends over there, people that have been on my show, people that have I've interviewed, people that I've talked to, people that have sent me messages and sent me prayers and all the things that, that's kept me alive. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, too. Throw a soiree. Show them folks on the other side of the pond how us fat Americans will party. Ah. I have all my sky excursions booked already, doing Stingray City. Would you like to do a cabana? The price is good on the cruise. Bad thing is it's a tender. Yeah, I know. That's a tender, and that's a little antsy for me. Now, I have to wait and see if they will let some tender cruises will let a scooter go and some won't. I'll have to see what the sky is. So I really can't plan that far ahead on excursions, Tom. Tom Henry says, I did my first Segway in Cozumel in January 2020 with a sling on my left arm, rotator cuff surgery. Wow. Jack is scheduled for Cozumel on February 26th and December 14th and 22 on the Prima. There's Emily. Hello, Emily. Amy says, summer of 23, you can try Emma Cruz's favorite cruise line, Morella. Yep, I've got that on my calendar already. Morella, when it's doing 3 cruises out of Port Canaveral, they're all inclusive and supposed to be very reasonable. I am definitely, I've already put that on my calendar, and I'm definitely looking at that. And Rayleigh Creative Travel says, good morning to everybody. Good to have you with us. Seen you here before. Jack says, welcome to the show. Everybody saying welcome. Always glad to be here. Chillie, please post a list of your cruises or use Tom Nifty spreadsheet template. If we can't make the cruise, maybe we can meet you at Port Canaveral. Well, that would be cool too. Yeah, it's when I get it, when I pin stuff down to when I get approvals. Because if one of these says, sorry, you can't come at, that throws the whole schedule off. So I've got to keep all of it partial together until I get everybody in line, I hope. And that includes Carnival, which has already said I can't sail until March. So I'm trying to get them past that to let me go a little bit earlier. So we'll see. I may have to redo this whole thing for, 2 months later too, but it's going to be very similar to that. Allie says, feeling blue, book JetBlue for your next flight. I tell you what, I think that's interesting. I'm going to have to do some further research on that. Maybe I can get somebody from JetBlue Vacations to interview one day too. So Tom Henry says, my first trip to Cozumel in December 2019 was memorable. It was the day the 2 Carnival ships played bumper ships. Oh, yeah. We couldn't stay. We're due to tender, and the water was too rough for the tenders to dock. New travel company in the chat. They're not new, Emily. They've been here before. I've seen them several times before. So, Elizabeth says, hopefully I will be back on the ship by then, but one never knows. I sure didn't think I would still be here after disembarking my ship in March of 2020. Yeah, we hope you're back on a ship too, Elizabeth, for a lot of reasons. Elizabeth says she has no dates yet, just keeping her fingers crossed. Hot Air Tom says, I was hoping Delta gets a direct flight from Atlanta to South Africa in 2023, having some issues finding a decent flight to Cape Town. Delta had a good one, but Cape Town did not allow the route. Oh, that stinks. Excuse me. Emily says, Tom, I have not watched TWB since I'm working the PM shift. Uh-oh, what's this? Bomb threatened Bethesda Naval Base and Walter Reed Hospital. It's on lockdown. Wow. That's happened since I was on the air, I guess, or because I had not, or since I killed the volume on the television, I have not heard that news yet. Whose dog is barking? Okay, we have two house guests. Tom, hot air Tom. My niece has two house guests, and one of them is a very needy little poodle. I think it's a poodle, whatever Bailey is. But anyway, Amanda had to go out to take care of some other pet sitting and left the two dogs back in her room. And the one dog doesn't like that. So it's bark, 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 bark. So, and of course, my two cats are in hiding because there's two dogs in the house, and they don't like that at all. So, barking is in the Elizabeth's video. No, the barking is it's at my house. You know, that's here. Well, I think I didn't notice it in Elizabeth's videos. There's Kenneth. Hey, Kenneth up in Pennsylvania. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great from Ken and Robin and Waterford, Pennsylvania. Glad to have you back, Kenneth. Waterford, I knew that, Tom. You know how there Tom says. Everybody says good morning to Kenneth. Where will I be on February the 4th? On February the 4th, I will be getting off Scarlet Lady and on to Freedom of the Seas. If this all gets approved, and I work my way all the way through it. Sharon's with us, headed to Miami to get on the Scarlet Lady. Good, Sharon. I'll just talk about them myself. I hope to be on the Scarlet Lady on the 30th day of January. So we'll see. Oh, Elizabeth says there was some barking in her video too. Oh, okay. So that could have been either one of them. Who knows? All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up today. I'm off to PT again, and I'll get back home and I'll work some more on my project here of where the old fat travel guide's going to be. First, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a hat today, folks, I had some hair issues that probably after I took my shower this morning, and when I put my t-shirt on, I ruffled up my hair and it was sticking up. I looked like Alfalfa from the Three Stooges. No, that was Little Rascals. Whatever he was, it had the hair sticking up, and that's what I look like. Nikki says, Sharon, let us know all about it. I know I'm intrigued by the Scarlet Lady. Absolutely. I think we all are at least intrigued. And I've heard the food is fabulous. So anyway, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I will see everybody back here tomorrow for that Thursday travel and cruise industry news. And if all goes well, with a special guest tomorrow. So that's it for today. This is the old fat travel guy. I'll see everybody tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Thursday travel and cruise industry news. It's the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.